Well, hello, everyone. I'm live. We're gonna start the show in like 20 minutes or so. I just came in here to start streaming early. Actually, let me see if this is a test, by the way. Let's see if this thing works. Ooh, so it looks like TikTok is live, right? Looks like. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It looks like it is. Yeah, looks like TikTok is live. I have no idea what it says on TikTok. Let me ask Ree if she could check real quick. All right. And looks like we're live on Twitch and other places too. Hey, good morning, Los. Good morning, good morning. Oh, God, Paris is here. Help me, God. Please. Please help me. Help me, please. What's up, Paris? I'm
Are
trying
are
to.
we record? Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. I was just testing something out, but yeah, we're live.
You're
I
live,
think.
so people can see this.
Yes.
So they're gonna see what I'm about to do.
Yes.
Go f yourself. How
Wow.
about that?
Wow.
Yup. I want the world to see me do it. Yup.
Somebody take a
For you.
screenshot of that and make sure it's everywhere. I mean, we. I mean, I have a couple questions, Paris, about the topic. Oh, you already know what we're going to talk about.
Wait, what's the topic? I don't even know what the topic is. What? Call
Steam
of Duty?
machine. No, steam machine. Steam machine.
Why you got questions for me?
Because I don't. You know more about specs. I don't. I haven't really been like. I only know the basics, not the.
I saw your tweet. Did you see my reply this morning?
Yes, I saw it.
Uh,
Be nice.
It's not an Xbox. You don't need it.
Wow. I saw that tweet. I'm like, wow, he posted at 5 o'clock in the morning. Go back to sleep.
It's the first thing I did. I woke up angry. Posted.
Like, what the heck? It's so funny. Yeah, we're everywhere. We're live everywhere.
Actually, I had to. I was fixing my Steam Deck. I don't know if you can
Whoa.
see because I have Decky Loader on here. So you see, I have that badge up there that says gold. So it's like the whole Steam Deck verified stuff.
Mm-hmm. By the
And
way, I got
then,
some news. I got some news
oh,
about
oh
that.
shit! I almost showed something I could show.
What are you about to show?
I almost showed something I could show.
Okay.
Something for the future.
Be careful. Be careful. By the way, it looks like I might be getting an Xbox Ally X this or next week.
What about me? Why don't I get one?
You already got one. I don't have. I already have the white one.
I know I don't have the white one. Hook me up.
Supposedly the potato version. That's what people calling it. But I'm like, yo, I'll play.
Hook me up with the white version. See.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't show what you can show.
Nah, this is fine.
All right.
This is
Wow, look at that exam power. Wow, I log in and I see Paris giving the bird. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's. I'm telling you, help, help.
poor me. Like play the violin. I got too much shit. I got 3 VR headsets, and I got 4 handhelds, and like 2 phones, and there's too much shit around here. It's too much. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah. By the way, we're gonna go live on X like in 10 minutes. I have it
Well, good for you.
automatically saved there. Wow, why you gotta be so mean? Jesus Christ, man. The hell? Did something happen this weekend, yeah? Your team lost or something? Like what's going
No,
on?
we play at 10 o'clock. Your team's playing right now.
I know. Don't tell me about it. I mean, I'm happy. At least we won last week. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Give me a second. I'm gonna switch GTR. Let's see. I'm excited for the nominees. It's gonna be announced. It's gonna get announced tomorrow. Game Awards.
It's just gonna be a bunch of angry people complaining.
People always gonna be angry about everything. Man.
Oh, why did this get nominated? Oh, that's rigged. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. People are never gonna be happy, man.
Never.
Ever. Yeah, it's like I was seeing now that creators can't even stream Call of Duty Black Ops 7 because now people are gonna go, oh, why are you playing that bad game? I'm like, I don't know what it is, yo. People are just like, yo, just live life, man. Who gives
Yeah,
a
it's
crap?
just-
If you don't
I
like
know.
something, just move on. Move the F
Exactly.
on.
It's getting too much where now anything that you do as a creator, there has to be some hidden agenda behind it. Like literally everything you do. Everything.
What the fuck?
Like you can't just like something. You were getting paid for it, or you're shilling for it, or whatever, or you got it for free. It's just like you can't
Yo,
win.
It
It doesn't
reminds
matter
me of
what you
like
do.
two old people going, "Rah, rah," angry about
Yeah,
everything.
I know. That's all it is.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like just me posting picture of the Xbox Ally, that was like an issue. And I'm like, bro, what the heck?
Oh, what the frick?
Everything is an issue. Everything.
Everything.
Go live like touch grass. I can't touch grass like the past weekend. It's been raining over here. I don't know if it's been raining over there at your place, but
Oh, yo, dude, it's
Pouring?
flooded. Yeah, it's been
oh,
flooded.
it's flooded. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, be careful. Be careful. We're gonna start in a few minutes here, but oh, well, I'll talk to you about it. It's about the steam machine too. It's about the steam machine because I have some questions.
I don't have answers.
No, this
Figure it
one,
out.
this
Figure
one,
it
I'm
out.
kind of like, how true is this rumor? I don't know if I believe it. I don't know if I believe it. Something I read that when like got posted, I think on Friday or Saturday, yesterday, about PlayStation. I'm like, I don't believe that.
Oh, talking about the Jez thing?
I don't believe that. Yo.
Okay, so, and I'll just say it here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be in the show. So someone we know told me I was at an event this summer and had said to me something similar. But it was doubtful that it would actually happen, but it was a conversation they were having. So Jez didn't pull that out of his tuchus. I mean, and if I'll tell you offline who this person is, then you'll be like, oh yeah, it's legit because this dude knows.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know who it is.
Nope, I guarantee you don't. I guarantee you don't. When I say who it is, you'll be like, oh yeah, but you'll never guess.
I think
You'll never guess.
I think I know who it is.
Then WhatsApp it to me right now. I bet you're wrong.
Well, let me look for you. Where are you? Okay, right here.
And I'll reply back. Oh shit, you're right. Okay. Hey, my bad. I give it to you. You got me. I was wrong. I was so wrong. But yeah, he told me.
Interesting.
What he really said was he was talking, but we're talking about day and date. And he was saying they'd stop doing PC. They'd lean more towards stop doing PC altogether before they would do day and date PC. That's what he said. But they're not going to stop doing PC.
You're not. It's money.
It's money. It's money.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop doing it.
Yeah, it's extra money. I don't. But now people think that it's actually going to happen. I'm like, no.
But here's a hilarious part about all of that. And that's why I'm glad we're doing this in the pre-show.
Yeah, this is a pre-show right here.
You'll say Jez is unreliable till he says something that you want to hear, then he's reliable. You can't have it both ways. You know?
What Jez been saying about all this? Now
Jez is saying that it's a rumor. It's just something someone told him. He goes, if I write it in Windows Central, then I'm backing it. He was just, see, again, this goes back to where we are now, bro. You can't say nothing. You got people that hate watch you, just waiting for you to say something. Mm-hmm. So they literally were watching him and Rand for 3+ hours on their show. He makes that one thing, and then it goes crazy.
Out of the whole 3 hours, they talked about all kinds of stuff. Yeah. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
But this one does.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote, Yaz 1984 says, if it's true, will this have a bigger sales on PS6? I don't think so.
No, the whole point of all them doing PC is you're getting people that was never going to buy a PlayStation to buy your games. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Same with Xbox. And we've seen evidence of that already with Forza Horizon 5. Forza Horizon 5 been around since 2021. They put that shit out earlier this year. 3 million people went and bought it on the PlayStation 5. They had plenty of time to go get an Xbox or on PC if they wanted to play Forza Horizon. Mm-hmm. So it goes again to bring the games to where the people are and take all your feelings out of this shit. It's, bro, I'm telling you, I'm getting old now and I'm just getting cranky. I'm so tired of this console war shit.
It's
like, we're at a point now, who gives a flying fuck? Who cares? Seriously. And I hope someone's hate watching this and clips this. Clip this shit and put it out there. Who fucking cares? Seriously. Go play where you want. It's your money. And I know we'll talk about the Steam Machine on the show. Mm-hmm. Like all the Steam Machine stuff and, it's this and this. It's like, who fucking cares?
Well, I tell you this. I tell you the truth. Like, I only know about the news, but I haven't seen like the reaction, people going back and forth, because I don't read that shit at all anymore. Like, I'm just like whatever about it, you know. It's like that tweet that I posted about Black Ops 7. Look,
mm-hmm.
I played Battlefield 6. I like the multiplayer. Love Red Sec. Red Sec is dope. Didn't like the campaign. I found it very boring. I feel like Call of Duty was doing the same thing over and over and over. There was a time where people didn't even talk about the campaign. Nobody cared. It was all about the multiplayer, Warzone, all that stuff. They made this change, which, personally for me, playing with you and like with Ree and with Kai, it was fun because we was just cracking up and just having a good time. And that, at the end of the day, that's what I care about. I'm not going deep like the lore, and I don't care about that. Like, I just want to have fun, you know? And I posted, the game was fun. I don't know what's the big deal. Like,
I saw the comments. I saw.
The comments just went nuts. Like, people can't see you happy or see you having fun with anything. And personally, for me, like, there's games that I don't like, but I see people that love it, and I'm like, that's cool. Like, I don't go out there and be like, that game sucks. Like, I don't do that. Like, I just move on, play something else. You know what I'm saying?
Again, we're in a world now where with social media that it's, and I'm just cussing because it's before the
This is pre-show.
It's so fucking toxic that you just have people. Their real lives are so miserable, or they're trying to monetize rage bait. They will say the most craziest, hateful, outlandish, racial, sexist, homophobic shit that they possibly can to get you upset. So if they see you say, hey, I really like this was fun, everything's got to be, you're fucking paid, you're a shill, you're doing this, or the F you, this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to talk about your mama. It's all that stuff. That's all it freaking is. They can't stand to see someone being happy doing something. I know you don't watch Plurbius yet, but That's the new show from dude that made Breaking Bad. That's on Apple TV. Yo, it's all about hive mind stuff. I won't spoil it too much, but it's like you can't have your own individual opinion on something. Everything has to be the hive mind, the consensus. We all have to either hate it or we all have to love it. You can't stand on your own on anything, right? And it drives them insane. That's what it is. That's all it freaking is. And again, like we talk about, like, I guess I'll keep the names out of it, but you know, some of our rage grifters that we know out there that just goes to Viote, oh, it didn't sell enough and this and that. Who fucking cares? Either you bought it and you liked it, or you didn't buy it and you didn't, you don't know. It's like, who cares? Seriously. It's making this not fun. And I think that's part of what they're trying to do. They don't want you to have fun with this no more. They want you to be just as upset as they are and outraged and arguing with them about nonsense. It's like, that's what I say. I literally posted this morning. Treat people the way you want to be treated. These dudes want to be assholes. Don't let them get to you. Just ignore it, move on, respond with kindness, because that'll kill them, and leave it alone. Because it's, as you can see, I'm in the mood this morning.
Oh, I see that. I see that.
Because I'm just, bro, this has been, okay, take the business side of it because it's awful. But game-wise, this is one of the best gaming years ever. And all I do is see people bitching and complaining constantly. It's insane.
Yeah, and I don't know how they could live like that every single day, every week. It's just like the same thing. Wake up, and go on like yo, like that energy that drains you after a while, man. And here's the thing. Look, here's the thing. I know that a lot of not all careers. There's some careers that takes advantage of that. Post that online. People are gonna get tired and they're gonna move on to something else. You can't be.
They always do.
It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like, this is why I am so thankful, Paris, that the stuff that we have been doing, we've been changing throughout the years. I remember the first time I mentioned publicly, I'm like, yo, you know what? I want us to talk about everything, not just Xbox. At that time, people were like, wow, why would interesting why Danny's doing that? Why Paris and Pete, why they're doing that? And here's the thing. There was other things that I feel like we were missing out that we didn't talk about. I feel like you need to do change, for the better. You can't just do the same thing over and over. And that's why, and look, and I'll mention this publicly. I think I only mentioned this in Paris. I usually don't go out. I don't go on to a lot of other podcasts because I feel like some creators love to promote that nonsense of like the console war stuff. I prefer to stay away from that and just focus on other conversations that has nothing to do with that shit. Like I can't be talking about this shit every fucking day. Like it's nonsense, man. It's nonsense, and it's draining because I have to work too. So I don't want to be.
Oh no, I agree, but bro, it's like I'm gonna give you the perfect example when Tim Dog and that crap gamer dude said all the racist and sexist stuff about Sarah Bond on that one podcast, and you had the other dudes that just sat there in silent agreement with everything they were saying. I said something. Nah, you guys are freaking all of y'all are an embarrassment, right? And then the one weirdo, this is the same weirdo that went and dug through my tweets going back like 15 years looking for stuff that I've said, right? Just weirdo, right? Bro wrote an AI novel defending them.
Wow.
And then tried to edit some video clips of a show I had went on just saying, hey, what's up to some guys, where some stuff they said when I wasn't even on there, and then try to say, oh, I was on there too. This is the weirdo shit that you have to deal with online. And again, this is why I'm in the mood today, because it's just like, these guys got fucking problems. They got issues, for real. For real. Because what are you doing?
Yeah.
Clearly, I don't talk like that or say anything like that. But I'm just like I did with Jaffe when I got into it with Jaffe last week when doing the nonsense that he's doing. It's like, bro, no, stop Stop trying to justify the dumbass joke that you made, because it was a dumbass joke. It was distasteful. The dude is mourning his father, and you want to make this is an Xbox joke about someone's death. You were fucking wrong. And you know you're fucking wrong, because then you tried to make a YouTube video. You got cooked on that, so you had to private it. And then everything is justifying everything that you do. And I have no love for Jaffe, because I still remember during the pandemic with Black Lives Matter, when my daughter wanted to go out and protest, and he trying to chastise me for being outside talking about COVID. I don't fucking care about COVID at that moment. And ever since then, oh, dude, I'm in the mood today. Maybe I shouldn't podcast today. But I remember stuff like that, because I don't bother nobody unless you bother me. But if you bother me, I'm going to say something. Or if you say something that's racist or sexist or something, I'm going to say something every time. You know?
Yeah.
Anyways, we should do the show.
Yeah, we should.
Shit.
I'll mention this. I'll say this. Like, and I understand where you're coming from. Hades 2, the best. That game, I love that game. Wow, that freaking loud. Okay, there you. No, I was gonna say is, for me, and this is for me. Not everybody's the same. I really don't interact with that. You know, I do once in a while make fun of people, like if they go to my tweets. Like, for example, I posted about Call of Duty, right? I think it was a video or a tweet. I can't remember exactly what it was. And somebody wrote, I don't like the game. You can't pause the game. I'm like, do you pause on Destiny 2? Do you pause on Monster Hunter World? Please tell me, because a friend is asking. It's like, you can't nitpick on something that you don't like and start saying all these nonsense like, oh, I can't pause the game. I don't like it. Bro, there's many games that we play that you can't pause. Not all of them, but there's a lot, because it's meant to be an online experience. It's not a single player experience. That's why it's called co-op campaign. Co-op campaign. You play with other people, either with friends or with random, whoever you want, and you play the game. That's what you do. You can't pause those type of games. Paris, have you paused while playing Destiny 2? Have you paused anything? No, you can't, right? Destiny 2 when you play online?
No, because it's online on the game.
Exactly. I don't know what's the big fuss about. So effing weird. Anyway, let's go back to the news. That was the pre-show for you guys.
Yeah, that was the angry pre-show.
That was the angry pre-show. All right. Welcome to Gamer Tag Radio. This is your host, Danny Pena, and also joining me here, we have Paris Lee. What's up, Paris?
Hey, good morning. How you doing, my friend?
I'm feeling very positive today. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. But yeah, man. No, I've been good. I'm excited for the nominees of the Game Awards coming up I think tomorrow. By the time you hear
it'll
this,
be tomorrow.
I'm very, very excited for that. Very excited to go to the Game Awards. And yeah, man. There's a couple of things that I'm still trying to work on behind the scenes for the show. I know we only have a couple of weeks, and then we're gonna have a long break until next year and stuff. But everything has been good. How's everything with you?
No, it's good. Now, one thing I want to talk about before we forget and we get into the show. So you and I got to hang out this week. I came up to LA, got to see your beautiful family. Bro, we went to the Nickelodeon Studios, Burbank.
That was fun.
Yo, that was weirdly a bucket list thing for me. So Apple invited us to check out SpongeBob Patty Pursuit 2, which is coming to Apple Arcade. I believe it's December 4th or 5th. I don't have it right in front of me right now.
I think it's the 4th.
I think it's the 4th. And we got hands-on with it early, got a presentation from the crew at Apple and the devs over at Nickelodeon. But to just be there bro, that's where they make SpongeBob. All the Nickelodeon cartoons, that's where they do it. That's where they animate it. You know, obviously the voice actor stuff. Like if you've ever watched some of the old SpongeBob cartoons where it's Patchy the Pirate, you know, where it's Tom Kenny doing the thing. He literally goes to that studio in there. So if you have any idea of what it is. So that was just cool to do. And the game was fun. It's a simple platformer. Obviously, it's a sequel, you know, to the first Patty Pursuit. But I love that the entire voice cast is there. I mean, Either in Bikini Bottom, just everything that you would love about the cartoon is in there in that game. It was a lot of fun. I know we played it on iPhone, but it's going to be on Apple TV. Obviously, you can play it on Mac. Anywhere the Apple Arcade is, you'll be able to check it out. So if you sub to Apple Arcade, it'll, like I said, it'll be there December 4th. So yeah, I really appreciate Apple inviting us out to that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was fun, man. Like that, I love the theme. First of all, my mind was blown. I'm like, I can't believe I'm here in Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. It looks the studio's pretty dope, by the way. And we also went inside a theater where they did the presentation there, and they actually I got some videos of that of them showing like first look of the game, and they were using the PlayStation controller to play it. That was pretty cool seeing that in there. It looks like it was a PlayStation controller. I might be wrong. But who knows? But you can connect any controller there.
Yeah, yeah. Anything Bluetooth you can connect controller wise.
Yeah. But yeah, the game was actually pretty fun. I was like, yo, this is cool, man. It's not bad. Perfect for family, for kids. You can also play co-op in there, so there was like two people playing. And yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. They had some pretty good drinks too, man. They had a like SpongeBob themed drinks, for adults, of course, not for kids.
Oh,
But
what was the one? Was it it was the punch? What was it called? Was it called
something punch? Pineapple punch? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
it was like the SpongeBob pineapple punch. That one was really good. That was like
Yeah,
whiskey. And
yeah.
then you had the Plankton's potion,
Hmm.
which that was like tequila, I think. Because those were the two I had. I didn't try the other ones.
Yeah.
They were pretty
Yeah,
good.
and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got to see other creators there. Lot of media creators.
Yeah. Well, it was so funny because Austin Evans, his channel, like I was watching them talk about the Steam Machine, and then I pull up to the thing and they were there. So I was like, bro, I was just watching you. So that was funny.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, but shout out to Apple for inviting us. That was a lot of fun, man. So, okay, so Paris, a couple of days ago, we got to see, and we've been hearing rumors about this for a while. So it looked like it's official that Valve finally announced the Steam Machine, and all the other stuff too, like VR headset, a couple other things. But I want to mention this. I had the Steam Machine 10 years ago, and you remember this, Paris? Did you had a Steam Machine too or no?
No, it's funny enough. Was bringing up a lot because I talked about this a few times. I was like, yeah, I remember Danny, had it 10 years ago, but no, I never had it.
Yeah, so I had it because, and thanks to Alienware, because at that time, they Valve partnered with different companies where they had like their own Steam machine. It was very confusing because every company had like different prices and different designs and all that stuff. So I had the Anywhere version. So this was the first time for me where I discovered games on Steam that wasn't available on console. Like I had a pretty cool experience. I remember playing, games like BioShock Infinite through there. I will connect my Xbox controller at that time and just play it like that. Now, was this like the most powerful console? No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. And I had a great time. A year later, my Steam machine died for don't know why. I had to send it. We were going back and forth, and it never got fixed. And I just tapped out, gave up, and never again played Steam machine again. So this time with this Steam machine, is going to be straight up from Valve. It's not going to be how it used to be 10 years ago, where they had different partners and so on. So with this one, I'm excited, and it's not even about like. Cause I looked at the specs. I know some people are comparing it to like a weaker version of like PS5 or something like that, right? I don't mind at all because at the end of the day, sometimes I just want to play some games, some Steam Machine games on my TV. I try to do that with a Steam Deck. I try to do that with an Xbox Ally. For me personally, it just doesn't look legit for me. Like there's some issues that I have with it, and I have a pretty big TV, 65-inch, right? So I'm excited for this because it's like I just want to play some Steam games on my TV, So that part I'm very excited about. And plus, there's going to be games, and once again, that's only going to be available on Steam. That's not going to be on consoles. That's something that is very, very important to me. So, your thoughts, Paris? Like, what are your first reaction when you got to hear about this news, the C machine?
So, like I said, it'd been long rumored, and we may or may not have gotten a heads up a few days before it got officially announced. So that kind of stirred my curiosity with this, right? So to your point, you had one 10 years ago. So I actually went back and watched a video that Gabe Newell, an interview he did at GDC 2015. And he was talking about just their plans with gaming on Linux and these upcoming Steam machines. And like your point, they had partnered with all these different manufacturers to make one. But it was funny hearing him talk 10 years ago, because everything that he talked about is relevant today, even more so. And I just came to the conclusion they were just too ambitious 10 years ago. They were way ahead of their time. Proton, which is the translation layer from Linux, from Windows to Linux, or Linux to Windows, vice versa, however you want to say it, to make the games playable, wasn't ready 10 years ago. Their original idea for the Steam controller back then, which I liked, it wasn't ideal, but I liked it. I understood the ambition behind it, wasn't truly ready yet. Now here we are 10 years later, it's like, I got my Steam Deck. Steam Deck was essentially the prototype for everything they're doing right now. They were able to curate the UI for Steam big picture mode to make it scalable across multiple screens, big and small. Obviously, Steam OS, like I said, Proton has now been matured, and it is just commonplace now to play games on Linux. You don't even think about it. It just simply works in that way, right? Obviously, devs might have to do a little tinkering, to get it work, but it's pretty much a plug and play experience. Steam Deck has proven you don't necessarily need the highest performance device to have a great time playing games, right? Because if you think about it, the Steam Deck of all these handhelds is essentially the baseline. It's the most affordable. Sure, it may not have all the bells and whistles enabled for your games. I don't know. I can play Cyberpunk on it. I might not have path tracing enabled, but it works, right? Mm-hmm. So for them to now create this Steam machine, it's essentially taking the Steam Deck and just putting it into your living room on your big screen TV. That's what they're doing. You look at the specs of it, and I might have had somebody whisper in my ear that had hands-on with it that kind of gave me a little bit of insight that in some instances, this is on par with a PlayStation 5 and the Series X, and others not so much. It's not a Series S. People are trying, it's a Series S. It's a higher performance than the Series S. Obviously, with FSR, you're going to be able to upscale to get 4K 60. That's kind of what they're promoting with this. We'll see real world performance on a lot of this. But from little that I do know, very playable experience. The vast majority of games are going to play just fine on this. An interesting thing that came out of this was one of the interviews that I saw from the media that was at Valve is, because think about it, Valve has all the data of the devices that connect to their store. The Steam machine outperforms 70% of the devices that connect on there. So from a performance standpoint, the average consumer is not going to have an issue with this at all. I think, like I said, Hades 2, all this stuff's going to play just fine on it. It's not going to be a problem. I think the biggest obstacle is going to be price. Mm-hmm. My initial thought, because you go watch Kind of Funny, it's the first thing I said. I was like $500. And then they kind of talked me out of it a little bit because you got tariffs, all that stuff. And then Valve themselves is saying, because I saw where they were talking with Linus Tech Tips about this, that they're not going to price this like a console. They're going to price it competitively to PC. I know Moore's Law is Dead said if you basically spec out the parts for this, it's about $425. Obviously, there's marketing, shipping, all of that. So I'm not expecting it to be that cheap. I've settled on the 512 gigabyte version to probably be $599. I think that's pretty reasonable. Once you start getting higher than that, now we're talking PS5 Pro prices, 2 terabyte Xbox Series X prices. I don't know how many people, sure, the enthusiasts are going to get it. My dumb ass is going to get it regardless, right? But you want to create value like they did with the Steam Deck. The baseline Steam Deck is like $350. I'm not expecting it to be that cheap. I think $600 sounds reasonable for the 512. You can upgrade. You can put the micro SD card slot. You can upgrade the storage with that, or you can open up the bottom and you can swap out the M.2 drive, SSD drive as well. So like me personally, I probably see myself getting the 512 one. I'll go find a 2 terabyte SSD drive cheaper than whatever it's going Valve is probably going to sell it for. I'll swap it out myself. So there would be some tinkering that I can do, but for people that don't want to tinker, this is going to be a plug and play experience. Like I say all the time with the handheld, press the button, I'm in the experience, I play my games, it's going to do that. People that want to tinker, use it as a desktop, they want to install Windows on it, do all the other extra stuff, you're going to be able to do that too. Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm a fan of this. I'm a day oneer for this. Me personally, Steam Machine, Steam Frame, which is the VR headset, Steam controller. I'm getting all that stuff. I almost cursed. I'm getting all that stuff day one, right? So Valve just bundled it all up. Let me save a few bucks with the bundle. I'm getting it day one because I love this kind of stuff. I love the tinkering. Yes, I have a high-end PC. And that's the other beauty of it. If I want to run Cyberpunk on my gaming PC, 4K, 120 frames per second, path tracing, and all the bells and whistles, I can run it on my PC and then remote stream it out to the living room on the Steam machine. Because technically I could do that now with the Apple TV if I really wanted to with Moonlight. But the point is, it'll be another access point to play my high-end games in my house. And that's the other thing in the past 10 years. What else have they been curating? Steam Link, remote play. Like right now, I can remote play, like I got Hades 2 up here natively, but I can remote play this from this PC to this right now. If I wanted to. Works just great. I've done it with Outer Worlds 2, other stuff like that. But the point is, Steam has taken a lot of lessons learned over the past decade to get to this point to where they're going to now, the Steam machine is going to be the baseline for PC gaming in the living room. Just like the Steam Deck is now the baseline for PC gaming on a handheld. That's what they're doing with this. It'll be interesting to see with the Steam Frame in comparison to the MetaQuest 3 and the Vision Pro and all that stuff as well. But I like what they're doing on that as well. You're going to have standalone games on the Steam Frame. Obviously, they're providing that separate wireless adapter. So again, I can stream Half-Life Alyx from my PC to that Steam Frame, be able to play VR games on that too. I hear all you typing. You need to mute that stuff.
No.
My mood.
No. I'm trying to promote something here. Trying to promote the site.
Well, you should be promoting it before or after the show, not while we're talking about this. Wow. That's what I said. Anyways, but my whole point, being serious, I'm excited for this. I like the devices that they're delivering. Like I said, I'll be there day one to get it. There definitely will be an audience for this. I think, because the other question, who is this for? I don't think this is necessarily converting people that are dedicated to Xbox or PlayStation, but I think people that are already invested into Steam, this gives them flexibility, more options on where and how they want to play their games, which I think is cool. Again, pricing is going to be the big thing on this, so we'll see. And then, there's rumors swirling around that, there's another game that's going to get announced that's going to be Steam exclusive that I think a lot of people are going to be anticipating. So I'm hoping, wishing, praying that it is true and that also comes out Q1 2026, because I will absolutely be looking forward to more adventures with Gordon Freeman.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, because I have a theory. Paris shut it down for me, but I still believe this might be happening.
Oh my
God.
talk
about that. We'll talk about that later. So all right. So I'm reading different chats here from people. I know we talked about price and so on, but also people are like saying my concern is the low VRAM, and this is from Los 1652. Should people be worried about that? I don't think so. I think go ahead.
No, finish your question.
No, I was gonna ask, like, should people be worried about those type of, like the specs at all, or like, I don't think so. I think it'll be fine overall.
Maybe. I mean, we won't know until we get real world performance from some of these games. I would say I'm pretty sure the engineers at Valve are smart enough to know that if it wasn't enough, then this is not what they would be selling. Because again, you got to remember they're expecting these games to play natively at 1080p, 1440p, and you're going to use FSR to do some of the heavy lifting to get it up to 4K 60 if you so choose. So I'm wait and see. I understand the concerns on that. I mean, because they are valid, but let's wait and see is what I would say on that. I just find it hard to believe that Valve would be trotting this out and having it immediately have a bunch of allow the VRAM to be a choke point, for games. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. And let me go back here to the actual. I'm gonna share the screen here. Let me see if I could do that right now. So here's a couple of things that stood out to me. This is actually like my first time seeing the site because I've been doing other things this past week. So cool and quiet, very important because Paris, when I had my previous Steam machine back in the days, it was very loud every time I played certain games. It was very, very loud. So I'm very excited that this one's gonna be very quiet compared to that one. Power break. I'm trying to remember if it had a power break. I think it did for the Alienware. I can't quite remember.
10 years ago, it probably did.
It probably did. Yeah, yeah. So 512 and 2 terabyte. And thinking about it, Paris, I think the 512 gigs is the one that I might get. I think I'm fine with that. If I want to upgrade, I could just get a micro SD and just add it in there.
Why don't you open it up and put a whole SSD drive in there?
I'm not doing that. I'm just doing simple. You could put a micro SD and you'll be fine.
And matter of fact, what they also said was like, say you had the micro SD and you put your games on that, you can literally swap it between that and Steam Deck. Instantly recognize and play the game.
Oh, that's even better. That's pretty cool. Now, I know the conversation came about man, Valve beat Microsoft. They went ahead and did it themselves. I mean, I saw the tweet from Phil celebrating like, "Hey, this is pretty cool," because here's the thing. That's another area where people can still buy Xbox games because it's available on Steam, right? So I don't see an issue with that. I think that's pretty cool. I play a lot of Xbox games on Steam. Oh, what happened? You're gonna say something?
Can I address something? And we want to continue this Xbox discussion, but I want to address Captain Chats in the chat. He goes, "It only has HDMI 2.0." Yes and no. So again, we're watching Linus Tech's tips because he talked about this. He asked about it. This is why if you look, they do say it can do 4K 120 on HDMI 2.0, which should not happen. They're listing at 2.0 because it has a lot of the features of 2.1, but not all of them. They've not 100% confirmed if VRR is a part of that, but you will be able to do 4K 120. I can't imagine they don't have VRR with this thing as well. But because it doesn't 100% meet the specs of 2.1, that's why they're saying 2.0. Again, if you go watch Lions Tech Tip, he talks about that. Because I was thinking the same thing. I go, why is it saying 4K 120? You can't do 4K 120 on HDMI 2.0. You can only do 4K 60. But that's why. So again, they still got some questions to answer as we get closer to launch to be 100% specific about that stuff. Because if you look at it because it does DisplayPort 1.4 as well, it's doing VRR on that. So I can't imagine they would not have HDMI doing VRR as well. So we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to answer that because I'm glad you said that, Captain Chats, because I thought that was something you don't see a lot of people talking about.
I haven't really looked at the controller. Can you connect? Because I know Bluetooth you could do that, but can you connect headset microphone to the controller too, or it has to be Bluetooth?
I think it's only Bluetooth. I don't think the controller itself has like an audio port for it to what you're saying. I don't think you can. But now remember, with the Steam Deck controller, that puck is going to be like essentially it's like a dongle, so you can do the Wi-Fi from that. But the Steam machine will essentially have its own dedicated channel built in outside of your standard Bluetooth. So they're freeing that up so that you can take that puck, connect it to your PC. That controller will then be able to connect both to the Steam machine and your PC at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. And your Bluetooth connection will be completely separate for that. If you want to connect an Xbox controller, a DualSense controller, Bluetooth audio for like AirPods or whatever, they're doing two separate channels for that, which I think is kind of cool too.
Yeah, very different than the older controller, because I had the Steam machine controller back in the Steam. They call it Steam controller back then. I don't remember, but it was from that. But very different design on that one. And that, let me tell you, I liked the last one. The last one wasn't that bad. I really liked it. It was
I
decent.
have it. I have it in my mountain of controllers. I'm not going to dig it out now, but I still have mine. Still
It,
works.
it still works. Have you used it? Like, oh, it's probably been so long, but have you used it or no?
I messed around with it maybe like a year ago, just for the giggles, but technically it still works.
Yeah, I'm looking
You
at.
can use it.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Also, it has a USB on top. Yeah, you could charge and everything. Okay, cool. Not bad. Not bad. Now, Paris, the conversation where people are saying that this they beat Xbox, Microsoft, like for releasing a console like this ahead of everybody else. I I think it's a good thing. I don't see it an issue. I think Microsoft, once they release their console, I think it'll do fine too. But I think the most important thing is software where you know Xbox is still going to be releasing stuff on Steam. People that have this device, they still could play those type of games too on the Steam machine. So I think this is cool overall, man, for everybody. I think it's a win for gamers overall. So
Yeah, it's a win for gamers. I would say from the Xbox Microsoft standpoint, it's good and bad. It's good because to your point, it's just providing another device access to be able to play games because those games will be on Steam. But I do think this is, like I said before, Valve is now setting the standard for PC gaming in the living room, and they're using Steam OS to do it. So we heard Sarah Bond say it. What did she say? We want Windows to be the best place for games. We got the Ally, Xbox Ally now. We've seen how full screen experience on that works. I mostly like it. Still a lot of work to do. They are far behind what Valve has been able to do over the past 10 years with big picture mode and their UI and their simplicity. The fact that you go like I was just doing it. I had to update Decky on the Steam Deck. So I flipped over to desktop mode. I updated Decky. And then you know what I did? I hit the button right there on the desktop, go back to game mode. Boop, right back into the Steam UI. I don't have to mess with the desktop at all. Windows isn't there. It's kind of there, but it ain't there yet. Updates, all that stuff. I can do all that from the Steam UI. You cannot do that from the Xbox full screen. And, we just interviewed Asus talking about that too. So, and they know, I've talked to certain people at Xbox. They know they still got a lot of work to do. So what it seems like is going to happen is that next Xbox is going to release probably holiday 2027. It's not going to be Windows 11. It's going to be Windows 12. That also, I think, factors into this. I think a lot of the gaming features that they're going to have for the next gen Xbox are being built from the ground up as a part of Windows 12 versus trying to tack them on into Windows 11 that they're doing right now. So I think this gives them a baseline of what people are going to expect for Windows to be on the next gen Xbox. And the advantage that Windows will have is you can do the Xbox full screen experience. You will be able to do Steam, Epic, GOG, Ubisoft, any digital store. Look, maybe the PlayStation Store. You'll be able to do any digital store on Windows and any anti-cheat game. So the Call of Duties of the world, stuff like that. You're going to be able to play those on there as well. So that is the advantage they'll have over Steam OS. But like I said before, I still prefer my Steam Deck, because I still prefer what Valve brings to the table from a usability standpoint, from a UI standpoint. So that's what Microsoft Xbox has to aspire to for Windows and get it there and make it secure too. That's the other part. So it's good and bad. It's good and bad. They got time. Like I said, here's, because you mentioned this before. So one slight correction I have for you.
sure.
The Steam machine, the Valve Steam machine will not be the only Steam machine.
Oh, it's not.
Well, and they've already said that they're going to partner with people. But my point on it is this: Asus is going to make one. Lenovo is going to make one. Alienware on down the line, they're eventually all going to make one. That's why I kind of think I want to go to CES this year, because I think we're going to start hearing those conversations. Mm-hmm. But here's on the flip side, and our interview with Asus, he was hinting at it. Asus is going to, that same box that'll have Steam OS on it, they're going to have a Windows version too. Lenovo already does it with the handheld. You get the Legion Go with, I think it's the Legion Go too. But anyways, you can get a Steam OS version of it. You can get a Windows version of it. They already do it. They're going to do that with the living room mini PC that sits in there. They're going to do the same thing. Steam OS, we already know, is going to work plug and play. Windows, I would not want a Windows device sitting under my television right now because there's still too much tinkering to where I'm going to have to eventually pick up a keyboard and a mouse to navigate through it and do something, which I don't want to do. So that's where I say they still got work to do. But my point is, you're going to see third-party OEM devices, both Steam OS and Windows, which, conspiracy theory time.
Oh, that's breaking news. Go ahead.
The next gen Xbox, like I said, I think is holiday 2027. I do think Asus or Lenovo or whoever will have an Xbox out next year that is running Windows. I do. But it's not the next gen Xbox because it will essentially do the same thing that the Xbox Ally does right now. It will play Xbox PC games, but there won't be any backwards compatibility on them. That won't happen until that next gen AMD chip comes out, and Microsoft is going to be the first one to put that out with the next gen Xbox in 2027. That's my theory. So I do think we will see partnered Xbox devices, PC consoles, whatever the hell you want to call them, that sit under your television in 2026. I do think that, but we'll see.
It sounds expensive though. And
yeah, I don't think so. But see, here's the one thing when we talk about the Steam machine, like, oh, the performance, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get OEM Steam machines that are at a higher performance. But guess what? You're going to pay more for them too. Mm-hmm. That's the difference. And we're going to see it on the Windows side. I've been saying this, ever since Xbox said they were doing a hybrid device. You're going to see various performance levels of hardware and prices for next gen Xboxes at some point in the future. Oop, I said the future. I guess you'll clip that and put it out. Well, okay.
But you know what? Though, Paris, I think that by Valve announcing this is putting the pressure on Microsoft, because this will be, and it sounds like it's going to be cheaper than what Xbox is working on, and I think
yes, 100%.
And I know people are going to mention, oh, it's not going to be as powerful, whatever, comparing. But I think we got to the point that it's all about the price still, man. Because look, the Asus devices, not cheap. The next Xbox console, it sounds like it's not going to be cheap, And it's also PlayStation 5, not PlayStation 6, I think. There's been rumors that there might be a cheaper version of the console in the future, right? I mean, it's not for real, it's not official, but it's a rumor. So I think that's the part where companies are trying to figure out, like, how can we make this optional where there is still the cheaper version, but it's also the expensive version. So have those options out there, So
this is where the OEM partners come in, where you're going to see different levels of performance, and I think that's fine. So let me say this. So yeah. I think, to the point of what you're talking about, and look, Sarah Bond's already said they're going to make this premium product the whole thing. So, and I just use Cyberpunk as an example because that's obviously been a reference game for a lot of the spec stuff. If the next gen Xbox is playing Cyberpunk at 4K, 120 frames per second, with the whole ray tracing, path tracing, all the bells and whistles enabled, that's their next gen offering. That is not what the Steam machine is going to do. The Steam machine is going to do some heavy lifting with FSR just to get you to 4K, 60 frames per second, and you're not going to have all the bells and whistles enabled. Essentially, you're going to be playing the game like that in medium settings. So that's going to be the difference. So you're going to pay to get the bells and whistles enabled. But if you just want to play the game, you can do it at a cheaper price, and it's going to be good enough. And I think that's what we got to start realizing. The enthusiasts, me, I want everything. I want all the bells and whistles. Give me everything. Mm-hmm. The average, again, my kids don't care. They literally don't care. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to get that Steam machine. They're not going to go, this is upscale with FSR, and why is this not 120 frames? Why is the lighting not at peak condition? They're not seeing none of this stuff. They're gonna go, oh, cool, I get to play. All right, cool, I'm playing. I'm good. Mm-hmm. And that's the vast majority. That is the vast majority of people. And this is why Obviously, Steam, they did their hardware surveys. They see what people are using spec wise. They're realizing the overwhelming majority aren't looking for that. Think of it this way, Danny. The person that needs Cyberpunk at 4K, 120 frames per second with path tracing on, they already built a gaming PC that can do that. Or they would build one to do that. They might get a Steam machine as a supplement to it, like me, but they're not buying a Steam machine. This is the primary way I plan on playing all my Steam games from now on. And we are a very small percentage of the overall gaming audience. And that's the point they're making. This is why I say price is going to be very key to what they're doing with this. If they can reasonably price it, then I do think you can get some I just want to play games. Simple. I can play my games type person to go buy that stuff.
You know what they need to do though, Paris, I think, and this is something also that Xbox needs to work on, is the regular folks that just want to turn on the device, play the game, and just play it. They don't have to go to settings and change all this stuff. That's the issue that I have with all these devices. The Steam Deck, the what was the other one? The Xbox Ally. Yo, I have to always go and like change settings and all this stuff. Like, I don't want to do that. I just want to, similar to like the Switch 2, just turn it on and just play. I don't want to deal with that stuff, Now, of course, the hardcore fans that love those tech and okay, you have the option to change it and make it whatever how do you want. But yo, the majority just want to pick up and play. Not this whole like let me change the settings, and I don't want to do that, So that's the part that I think Valve need to work on, where partner with companies, with other studios, right? And have like let's have like a direct or whatever, promoting the Steam machine, but show, Cyberpunk, there is a Steam machine mode or whatever, because I know there's certain games now where you could put handheld mode in there, like for example Black Ops 7. I played on my Xbox Ally, the white one, and remember a couple weeks ago I complained about the text. Black Ops 6 was hard to read, and it was just now with this mode they made everything a lot better for those that just want to play Black Ops 7 on that device. So I wish we get to see stuff like that where studios work on modes for the Steam machine, so it could be a lot easier to pick up and play, and it will look good on TV. That you don't have to change those settings. You know what I'm saying? So
that's SteamOS right now.
Yeah, but here's the problem though. Now we have to wait. Is a Steam machine verified? Is it not? That's another thing that I feel like eventually I hope everything is just verified automatically. It's just going to be easier. I hope that happens in the future. But yeah. Oh, another thing I want to mention though. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say on the verified thing, they also did confirm that they do Steam Deck verified right now. They will do Steam machine verified as well.
Okay. Another thing I was going to mention, Paris. I know that you mentioned that the advantage that Xbox has with this new console, you have all the stores in there. Technically, you could do it with the Steam Deck. It's just there's a lot of like little tricks and things you have to do in order for you to
tinker, which the average person's not going to do. No, that's the whole point.
They're not going to do that at all. But it's available there just in case people want to.
I want you to do it. I want to see you do it. I want to see you go in and tinker. I want to see you do what I did to my Steam Deck. That's what I want to see.
Well, I did that because it was for Diablo. It wasn't available. Was it Diablo? Yeah, it was Diablo. It wasn't available on Steam, but I'm like, man, I want to play this game. So I did some stuff and I have it on my Steam Deck. So I did it. Be proud of me. I did it. Mm-hmm. Be proud. Mm-hmm. What's up with that face?
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, anything else about the Steam machine? Oh, one question. The VR headset, the new one, is that anything new with that? Like, I mean, should we care?
Did you listen to anything that I said about 15 minutes ago about the VR headset?
But we didn't really talk a lot about it. It was like a quick thing and moved on. But I do want to mention this. I know it's similar to. I know you mentioned it. It's similar to the MetaQuest, the MetaQuest 3. Similar to
yes,
that. Like, there's no cable.
It's more powerful than the MetaQuest 3, but similar. Yeah.
Oh, it's more powerful. That part I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, they're being serious. So with the Steam Frame, they're promoting it as God. I'm forgetting the exact wording that they said on it. They're promoting it at first as a device that will stream your Steam games from a PC. I'm screwing up the exact term that they're saying, but essentially that's what they're saying, right? The main purpose of it would be I can play Half-Life Alyx from my main PC, stream it over to this. Is why they're going to have the separate dongle for it, because it'll be a separate channel, better quality, the whole thing. But it can play standalone games too. And while Valve has not 100% promised it yet, they are working on Half-Life. Again, I'm just saying Half-Life Alyx as an example. Half-Life Alyx could be playable natively on that headset. That's what they're working towards getting. So I'm excited for it because while I use my MetaQuest 3, I'm just going to keep it real. I don't need all of the Facebook nonsense. I don't need all that. I just want it to let me play the games, let me stream the VR games that I have from PC over to it. The ones I can play natively, I would do that. It's not doing, the lenses are not OLED, they're LCD, 2160 and 2160 in that. So I know some people were like, oh, on that, but I think ultimately it'll be fine. But it is the processor and all that. Oh, it's ARM based as well. So they're doing a translation layer for it being ARM, which this is them, I think, setting up future wise. We're going to see more ARM based hardware that's going to be able to play Windows stuff. I do think that's going to happen. I think this is kind of a test case for that as well. Again, speaking of tinkering, you're not going to be able to pull in your MetaQuest store natively into this, but I'm sure you're going to, because it's more Android based. I'm sure you can tinker and figure that out because I know you have a MetaQuest now. So there's games that I have on MetaQuest that I would want to play on this. Maybe some of them will come to Steam. Obviously, we'll see. But I'm interested in it. And again, I'm interested in it from, I'm just a tech junkie. I just want new tech to be able to mess around with. I think someone that already has a MetaQuest 3, you don't necessarily need to run out and go get this unless you have a heavy investment into Steam already. So we'll see. And again, price, I have no idea how this thing is going to be priced, because MetaQuest 3 right now, I guess you can get like 500 or something like that. I think this will be more expensive than that. I don't think it'll be $1,000 expensive, but again, we'll see. I know the Steam controller will work on this natively as well, similar to the Steam machine, which is cool too. So yeah, like I said, just from a techie standpoint, I want it. I want to check it out. I definitely want to be able to compare it to the MetaQuest 3, compare it to the Vision Pro, compare it to the PlayStation VR 2. I think this probably sits, if I had to guess, the Vision, look, for as much as it costs, the Vision Pro is the best VR headset, just from a hardware standpoint, a tech standpoint. I think this sits below that, but above the MetaQuest 3 and above the PlayStation VR 2.
Now, which one is going to be more expensive, Steam Machine or that?
See, that's what I mean. I don't know. That I'm leaning towards the Steam Frame will be more expensive. I do. But how much more? No idea.
Because I played I played some Steam games on my MetaQuest. I mean, it's through streaming. I have the Steam link.
Yeah, and that's what I did too.
Yeah. So I played Luminous. I played Half-Life. I played a couple. I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad. It looks pretty cool. So not bad. Now,
but with them coming with that separate, because right now you do it over Wi-Fi to do it, right? They're introducing a separate dongle that has its own separate, again, a separate channel, frequency to stream, and they're promising better quality doing it that way. So I am again interested to see that, because like I said, I played Half-Life 2 Alyx on the MetaQuest 3. Visuals weren't the greatest. Good enough, but could have been better. I'm excited to see how much better they will be on the frame using that dongle.
All right, so I have a couple questions here, or a couple comments, questions, and all that stuff. So I have it, YouTube and Twitch. So I'm gonna post a couple.
Answer them.
All right, here goes. Can I just show it here? Jesus. All right, Paris, but your kids can't play Fortnite on the Steam machine currently. That is true. They can't play Fortnite on the device.
No, they can't. And that's the advantage Windows has right now. This is what I talked about before, the anti-cheat stuff. Yeah.
The people who care about the power won't care about the price.
I agree.
I totally agree on that one.
Me. I bought a Vision Pro, folks. But I'm buying it. I'm buying all this. So it's all man. I'm just buying
All
it.
right. All right. Another one. It's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. I'm thinking 800. I could guess
I
800
hope
bucks.
not. I hope not, because it's not going to be as powerful as a PS5 Pro. That's, to me, I'm using the Pro as the baseline. If your performance is not as good as the PS5 Pro, then I should not have to pay as much as much as a PS5 Pro, if that makes sense, right? And I'm talking the 512 gigabyte version, not the 2 terabyte. I do think the 2 terabyte is probably $750, $800. That would be my guess.
All right.
So that's why I stick with 600. I do think 600. That's my guess. The tariffs, all the nonsense, DDR5 RAM prices are out of control right now. So factoring all that in, I think 600 seems like a good safe bet on it. If it's more than that, I'm being like, if it's cheaper than that, celebrate. That's what I think.
Okay, so this is from on Twitch. Yaz 1984 says the perfect price is 500.
Yes, that's what I originally said, and then Blessing and Tim talked me out of it, and I was like, yeah, I guess you're kind of right.
Yeah. Another one. I feel you with the tech situation, Danny. My eyes ain't getting any younger either. Hey, bro, that's why I have this. It's not helping. It's not helping. Let me tell you, man. I was like this, trying to read the text on the Xbox Ally. It was super uncomfortable. B Gamer, speaking of PlayStation VR 2, been playing Luminous Arise with it. Amazing. All caps. 100%. That's a must have. Must have you have a VR device on that one. Yeah, go ahead. You were gonna say something?
No, I'm just reading the chat. Stop reacting to my faces. Read
I don't know.
it.
You're going
because I'm reading what someone said. Can I just read what they said then?
Yeah.
Stoic Silence said, to be honest, not being able to play Fortnite or Call of Duty is actually a reason to buy the Steam machine, not a negative. Hey, you might not be wrong.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You probably answered this because I'm not big answer this. ACMI 2.0 Linux Paris, HDMI form reject open source.
Okay, first of all, I don't like that you use in all caps, but then you lowercase my name and you spell it wrong. Spell my name right if you're going to yell at me. That's all I got to say. But he brings up the right point. Yeah, that I didn't even think of that, honestly, but that factors into it as well.
Let's see. Let's see what else. I'm trying to look for some good ones here. All right. Digital Foundry mentioned FSR4 on RDNA 3. If true, that's super cool and exciting.
I saw that too. Again, we'll have to wait and see. By the way, I like to name drop every now and again.
Okay.
When I was in Germany.
I know you can.
When I was in Germany, I was at the NVIDIA event, and Richard Ledbetter was there, and he looked at me, and he knew who I was, and I got super excited. I was like, he knows me. I thought it was so cool. And then later that night, I was at we're at the opening night live, and the entire Digital Foundry crew was there, and they all knew who I was. And one of them even said, I saw you at CES, and I was going to say hello, and you walked away. I was like, oh my God.
So you're mean in real person then?
I'm not. What do you mean I'm mean? How's that mean?
You walked away. Wow. They were like,
I didn't know.
They were like, it's Paris and Paris.
No. What do you give me crap for? What do you give me crap for all the time? You tell me to be more social. I'm shy. I don't like to bother people. So I didn't want to bother them. They're working. And it turns out they would have said something if I would have walked up to them. See, I'm trying to be better about that stuff, man.
Look, just go up. Just go up to the people like, hey, how you doing? I'm a big fan. And just walk away. It's not bothering. It's like, now if you're like, hey, let's take a picture, and even saying hello, that's different, That's different. All right. The big improvement from the Steam machine is Steam OS, which supposedly gives a 30% better performance.
Well, I mean, we've kind of known that already. If you watch people like ETA Prime or the Fox that have done a lot of comparison vids with take the same exact hardware, I got Windows on it playing the game, and then they'll take the same exact hardware and put Steam OS, play the same game, and you see you're getting better performance out of Steam OS. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me either, which to the point, I think factors into these specs. You need to factor in that they're running on Steam OS, not Windows. So you're going to get a slight performance boost just out of that. I mean, 30% is pretty extreme, but I don't think 10% is a crazy, thing to expect.
So it's gonna be a whole new mini PC market for gaming.
1,000%. This is why I say again, Valve is setting the baseline for mini PCs in the living room for gaming. This is what they're doing. And you're going to see a lot of, look, I know we're all sick of the freaking multiverse because I am. Jesus Christ, just get Doomsday and Secret Wars out and so we can be done with stuff. But you're going to see a whole bunch of variants of mini PCs that are running Steam OS and running Windows that are going to essentially copy what Valve is doing.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Do you see any other thing, Powers, before we wrap it up, or are you good?
Oh, Yaz 1984 saying the 18th of November is Half-Life's birthday. Do you think we'll perhaps?
I think it's gonna be the Game Awards, but Powers says no.
Nope.
Paris.
It's not. It's
okay,
not.
we're gonna. I said, well, you know what?
I'm not the only one saying that. I'm not the only one saying that.
Let's talk here, Paris. Now I'm mad. Now we're gonna talk about this, bro. A couple years ago, remember? Watch the Game Awards. We're gonna give away Steam Deck every minute. Do you remember that? Paris, we're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about that. Do you remember that? Where Jeff was like that the voice actor of God of War was talking so long that everybody was like, yes, keep on talking longer so we can have more Steam Decks giveaway. Do you remember that? You said that Valve doesn't depend on the Game Awards. I think this will be the perfect moment to announce a new Half-Life, show, advertise the Steam Machine, all that stuff during the Game Awards. What? Let me finish. What? Jesus Christ.
I just raised my hand. I didn't say nothing. Okay, Jesus Christ.
What is the problem?
Go. Bro, finish, please. Finish.
I'm
Finish.
going to look at the camera like, yo, Half-Life, I think it's going to be the Game Awards. Paris says no. This is the perfect moment. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on every other platform, including Prime Video for the first time. Steam Machine. Announce the games and whatever. Promote the device. That would be the perfect moment. But according to Paris, shutting it down. Why are you shutting it down, bro? Why are you shutting it down?
Can I answer the question now?
Yes, you can answer the question.
Why? Okay, couple things. Yeah. First of all, if that's the case, why not just announce the Steam Machine at the same event too? Let me finish before you go.
Whoa, I haven't said anything. I just been saying
you be quick.
I haven't said anything. I've been here just chilling. I'm here chilling.
All right, that's one.
Yeah.
Number two, why would Valve want to share the spotlight of their big game announcement with the Game Awards, with all these other announcements that are going to happen, right? Why not have your own separate event, your own day where the focus is 100% on you and what you got to say? Number three, trying to mind meld in what they did a few years ago with the Steam Deck and the partnership thing to go, well, that settles it. Now, every time Valve makes an announcement, they got to do it with Jeff Keighley at the Game Awards. Why? Why even have to? Because remember, Jeff don't do it for free. Okay, so you got to spend money to have them announce this there. Why would Gabe need to do that when Gabe can literally put out a YouTube video showing Half-Life 3 and say, coming in March 2026 with the Steam Machine, and the internet will effing implode all on its own. Free marketing. They don't have to do nothing else. And you know I'm right. Go ahead.
Hey, it's called marketing, Paris.
They don't need it. That's my point.
Let me finish. You talked. Let me finish. It's my turn. Paris you know what Paris is going to be doing? He's going to be awake, waiting, like this at his computer or on his phone. Oh my God, it's Half-Life Day. They're going to announce it they're not going to announce shit. And I'm sorry, I'm going to edit this part. They're not going to announce it there. They're going to wait until the Game Awards, and we're going to get to see it during the Game Awards. Here's the thing. Gabe is going to go on stage for the first time in, I don't know, ever, He's gonna be on stage.
Gabe is on his yacht in New Zealand. He's not.
Yeah, but you know what?
nothing.
He's gonna go. He's gonna take a break from New Zealand. He's like, look, I need to make a huge impact in this industry again. Go on stage to give awards. He could just fly from New Zealand to Los Angeles, and he's gonna announce. He's gonna say, "This is for Paris. I just came back. Well, let me finish. He's gonna come back from New Zealand. He's gonna say, "Thank you, Jeff. I'm here because Paris doubted me. He thought I was gonna stay at a yacht in New Zealand. I have a surprise for you, sir. Yes, I also know you, Paris. I seen your content. Here you go, a new Half-Life." And he just drop it, and people are gonna be celebrating. It's gonna go around. It's gonna be everywhere. And millions of people are gonna see it. 1 trillion people are gonna see that. The Game Awards. Why are you hating on it, man? Just let it promote. Look, they have. Hello, Jeff Keighley did a behind-the-scenes book about Half-Life. This is like a circle moment, man. Coming back, and he's gonna promote a behind-the-scenes new book of that Half-Life 2. Also a Half-Life. He's gonna announce it during the Game Awards. There you go. Are you gonna eat your mic? Eat it.
I am. So, I just want to say,
What?
I live in the real world.
Oh my god.
Everything that you just said is freaking fantasy. All of it. You live in a fantasy land. You got a better chance of Hideo Kojima being on stage with Phil Spencer playing Death Stranding 3 than you do Gabe Newell wasting his time, leaving his yacht, and leaving New Zealand to come to LA to stand on stage awkwardly for 5 minutes to say, by the way, Half-Life 3 in March. Okay, bye. It's not happening. And again, why spend the marketing money on that when they can literally put out a YouTube video and say it's coming? It ain't even got to say nothing. It just put the image up and say March 2026, and everyone will lose their effing minds. And you know I'm right. They're not putting Half-Life 3 at the Game Awards. It's not happening. It's not going to happen.
Look, guys.
What? Do you think Valve? You think Valve is Xbox? That they got to be at the Game Awards and show stuff?
I didn't say that.
I'm
first
saying
of all, first of all, take that out of my mind. I didn't say that. Okay. Another thing. Gabe went on stage at the PlayStation press conference years ago.
How
Let me
many
talk.
years
Let
ago?
me talk. Let me talk. This is before PlayStation got hacked. He went on stage and announced, "Hey, Portal 2 is going to be available on PlayStation. And it's also, you could log into your Steam account." That wasn't even that big. It wasn't even that big. This is big. Half-Life. People have been waiting for this. But look. This is not even about Gabe. Hey, let me finish, man. This is not about Gabe. It's about Half-Life. That's the main conversation. To me, Gabe is a bonus. This is, Half-Life is, look, this is what's going to happen, guys. When they show Half-Life during the Game Awards, tag me, give me props. Because years ago, I mentioned about Foreskew, and Paris said, it's very confusing, it's never going to happen. And look at this.
It didn't.
Guess what? And guess what's going to happen?
Hey, now everything is an Xbox. Everything is an Xbox.
Everything is an Xbox. So I was right. Everything is an Xbox.
No, you were not. You know,
yes,
right.
I was right.
And it's more confusing than ever.
But you know what? It's available.
No, I want to answer something. You just brought up how Gabe was at the PlayStation thing and he did all that. I remember getting an invite to that.
We were there. No, we were there. We were there.
I didn't go. For some reason, I didn't go. I can't remember why. But you're right. You probably were there. But here's my point. Gabe has not put a game on another platform since. He was like, F all this stuff. I'm out.
They got hacked.
Yeah. Gabe was like, I'm done. I'm never doing this again.
Yo, you know the timing. The day that it came out, Portal 2 on PlayStation, that's when it got hacked. Like around that time.
Yeah.
The timing was just bad. But anyways, Gabe is going to take a break. I mean, for Christ's sake, Gabe went to a local news station to talk about Xbox and PlayStation. Do you remember? You seen that clip?
Yeah, in New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand. Yo, if he could go to that, he could go to the game.
You really think Gabe's leaving the Shire? He is not leaving the Shire to come to the Game Awards to go Half-Life 3. He's not doing it. Him and Frodo and Samwise and Pip and Mary and them, they're going to be chilling.
Knowing Jeff, he wants to make history. That will be a huge moment for the Game Awards.
Jeff wants a lot of things. I don't mean Jeff's getting it.
Wow. You shouldn't. Again, that's a bonus, but I know the Half-Life is going to be there. And remember me, guys. Remember me. Tag me, Godfrey. I'm going to tag me when I'm right. When he's wrong, tag Paris. You're wrong. In all caps, please. You're wrong.
I know I'm not wrong, but you go ahead and keep living in that fantasy land.
Okay. All right. So you actually think Half-Life date, that's when they're going to announce it?
I didn't say that. Did I say that? I did not say that. All I said
you
is
were like, maybe. You said maybe.
Yeah, it's possible, but I know what's not possible, them showing it at the Game Awards.
You know what? Even if this happens, Christopher says, video message at best at the Game Awards. Yes, and I will win still because the game was announced.
Why spend the money to do it when YouTube is free?
Let me tell you something. How do you know that Jeff won't do it for free? For that moment, for just to have that moment.
Okay.
Paris.
Okay.
Paris to have that moment.
Okay. Future Class will come back before he gives that up for free.
Paris. That let me tell you. I still think Half-Life is gonna be there.
I remember trick myself joke. Oh my god.
That's cold. That's messed up. That's messed up. Look at that. Look at that moment. Xbox Series X at the Game Awards. It's some big moments. Having 3 execs from different companies on stage. Those are powerful moments. This could be that moment. That could be that moment. It's going to happen. Remember that, guys. Tag me when I'm right.
Here's what I'll give you. You got a better chance of Valve opening up pre-orders for the Steam machine and the Steam frame during the Game Awards and promoting it that way. Because remember, all these games they're going to show wish list on Steam. You're going to hear that 1,000 times at the Game Awards. But the moment that Gordon effing Freeman returns, he is not giving Jeff that moment. I'm telling you now, Valve will own that moment because they will want to own the news cycle for that entire day, that entire week. They will not do it during the Game Awards. I'm telling you. It's Grand Theft Auto 6. It's Rockstar. Do you think Rockstar would give Grand Theft Auto 6 to Jeff?
No, that's a different level. That's a different.
No,
that's a different level.
Are you high? It's the same level.
Yo, give me Paris. Here's the thing. They're not promoting a console. They're promoting a game. You know, I get it. Rockstar is in a different level than any other company in the world. Period. Entertainment, period. They're in a different level. More than Valve. But Valve, hey, look, if Valve was so up there with Rockstar, they would have not had no previews. None of that. They could just release an announcement and that's it. But they had previews, hands-on previews for the media to cover the Steam machine. Am I right? They could have done this by themselves without having a private event, hands-on event. They could have done it by themselves if they were that big. Why are you looking at me like that? You're saying Rockstar, so I'm saying they could have their moment. Just post a video on Twitter and that's it. That's what you think. I disagree.
So you're trying to tell me, you're trying to equate.
Oh God. I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening.
You were trying to compare essentially a technical hands-on preview to a game trailer.
Paris.
You act like Rockstar.
No. Now you let me talk. Now you let me talk. You said they're like Rockstar level. Rockstar hasn't had no previews. They just show the video and that's it, like a trailer, and that's it.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
But Val,
For the game.
let me finish. Val had a hands-on event with multiple media outlets to have this announcement. And let me finish. If they were look, okay, typically some companies will announce it. They'll send a press release. They'll show a video and then have a hands-on. But no, they had the hands-on before the announcement. So no, they're not that level of Rockstar. Are you insane? Are you insane, bro? You're crazy. They're not at that level. No, it's not. No. I totally disagree. But Val, Half-Life at the Game Awards 2025. Let's go.
Again, it was a technical, hands-on preview for hardware. It was not a game announcement. I am telling you, Half-Life 3 being announced is in the same tier as Grand Theft Auto being announced. It's the same thing. That is the pop cultural impact that Half-Life has in this industry. It transcends just gaming. And you know I'm right.
Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. When they gonna announce it then? When they gonna announce this whole video? Please tell me. I need a date. Go ahead.
Not at the Game Awards.
It doesn't have a date. It doesn't have a date. It doesn't have a date. It's not Half-Life Day. There's no way impossible. No way.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say.
What?
It will be before the Game Awards.
Get the. You actually think it's gonna be before the Game Awards, bro? Mm-hmm. Put your countdown. Put the
I got
countdown.
sources.
Put the count. What is your source? What is your source? That when you look. Paris wasn't looking straight to the camera. He looked down when he said that because he's not right. He's not confident. I'm right because I'm looking at the camera. Big difference.
I don't have sources. I got hopium. I got hopium.
Look, B-Gamer 90, bro. Hashtag that confidence with a D. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. But look, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go to the Game Awards with my amazing suit. And people are gonna come to me like,
hold on,
you're right.
Hold on. Zach Powell. Don't play the let me finish, take a drink game. You'll be drunk in 5 minutes because they're here for 2 seconds. Let me finish.
Okay, wait. Kevin, bro, Half-Life will only get trailers like GTA. Steambox previews were like the previews we got for iPhones and Android. Get the man.
It was a technical hands-on preview where you got to sit down with the engineers and ask them questions because Valve knew that people would have technical questions about the hardware. And that's why if look at the sites they picked to go hands-on with it. Look, you notice it wasn't us. You notice it was a kind of funny of someone like that. So Greg could go, PC sucks. You're right. They weren't going to do that. They got people that knew what the frick they were talking about from a technical standpoint. You got Gaming Jesus was there. Okay. Gaming Nexus was there. Linus Tech Tips was there. Dave 2D was there. PC Gamer was there. They got the SMEs that people go to. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't have J2 Cents there. I'm honestly surprised at that. I thought he would have been good there too. Okay.
Look,
this is my point.
Look, Val, if you don't depend on the Game Awards, why even sponsor? Why even announce the Steam sale at the Game Awards? You don't need it because according to Paris, they're bigger.
That's not what I said.
They don't need it. They don't. Need
I like how he just added random shit in to try and justify himself. I didn't say any of that.
I'm confident because I'm looking at the camera, not like this. You know, maybe they announced it. I don't know. See, that's Paris. He's looking down. He doesn't look at the camera. Hashtag that confidence. All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
I want to point out,
Oh God.
we spent more time on this than we did on the entire rest of the show.
Yes. And here's the thing.
And it's all your fault.
I have breaking news.
Oh my God.
Breaking news. Dolphins 6, Commanders 13. We're hurt. I'm hurt. Hurt. I hope to make some changes for next year, though. We're gonna wrap it up. If I'm right, you let me know. If Paris right, let him know. Whoever's wrong, please let us know too. We'll see what happens. Foreskew to the end. Half-Life at the Game Awards, it's gonna happen. But Paris will always shut it down. He doesn't believe in let me dream. He likes to shut everything down. Everything. Not his dream. Because a long time ago, Paris said, I could see PlayStation giving away The Last of Us at the press conference to everybody that's there as a surprise. And I said, no, that's not going to happen. And it never did. He stayed very quiet. You could go back to listen to the old episodes. He never said anything about that. He was very quiet. And that's what's going to happen. When they show Half-Life at the Game Awards, Paris is going to be very quiet. I'll go back. When they show Battletoads announcement, E3, Paris never gave me props. He was just making fun of me the whole time. That's what's going to happen. When I'm right, he's not going to give me props. Will you give me props, Paris?
You want to know a regret that I have, and only in this moment did I realize that I regretted it?
What?
So, if you go back to June of 2021,
What?
I hosted the Xbox Showcase Extended. And the first thing that I said was, who I am, Paris Lilly, I am a part of Gamertag Radio. That's what I said.
Sure.
I never should have said that. I regret
Wow.
it
You regret it? Why?
after everything you just said. Because my number one pet peeve with you is you love to get in my business and bring up stuff that I said in the past when it's my story to tell, not yours. So
it's out there.
So you with that Last of Us thing, that hurt me a little bit.
I'll answer this very quick. Danny, serious question. Do you think Mike McDaniel keeps his job? No.
Hell no.
No, not after this. This season has just been terrible. That's not going to happen.
No, he's gone.
And he says, go Bucks.
That's right.
There you. I know, Paris. You guys are happy. Not me. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, for watching this long episode of us going back
Of
and forth.
nonsense.
No,
This
it's
dude with nonsense. Oh, they're going to show Half-Life 3 at the Game Awards. Last of Us.
It's not nonsense. It's a real conversation. It's a conversation that will get us together, unite. But see, grifters, we talk. We don't attack. We just talk. That's a big difference. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much, everyone. We're going to continue with the after show. Maybe. We'll see. Until next time, we're out. Peace. All right, Paris. That was a good conversation. That was a pretty good conversation overall.
I'm never doing this again.
Hey, look, Flaco Taco 97 says, apologize, Danny. Yes. Apologize, Danny.
I apologize to Danny? Is what he's saying?
That's what hey.
No, he's saying you apologize to me is what he's trying to say.
Oh, wait, apologize, Danny, or people? Oh, he has apologized to me. Which one? I think he has apologized to me because I was right
For
about
what?
you. Look at that, Arctic. What's up, Arctic? Shout out to Arctic. Shout out to Tanya Cypher. Foreskew signing off. You're right. Foreskew. Said Nuggy said, now say one thing you'd like about each other. Barris read my tweets because he's always replying to it. Even at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's like, let's see what Danny has to say. Yeah, he did. He replied. He reads my tweets. That's a nice thing to say. What nice thing you have to say about me, Paris?
Hey, Christopher Drink said something to me. Wow, it's funny. One nice thing I can say about you,
Yeah.
nothing.
You see? I said he read my tweets.
See, Flaco Taco, apologize to Paris. You hurt my
No.
boy.
No.
Thank you. This is
First of
what I'm
all,
saying.
who is Paris with one R? I don't know who that is.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know who that is.
Hey, you know what the funniest one? I was thinking about this the other day.
What?
Remember when a friend of ours in PR, he called me Dallas? Remember that?
That is funny.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, that was hilarious. He called me Dallas.
Dallas. That is funny. That is funny. When was that? Well, I'm trying to remember.
That was around, it was Division 2 time.
Division
It was around that time.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Because he had just started at Ubisoft.
Look at that. Paris definitely needs to get an apology. Man, get the F out of here. Man, let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you. If I'm right, who's going to apologize to me? You guys? Are you going to apologize to me if I'm right? If I'm right. Because I bet you crickets. People are not going to say anything. They're going to stay quiet. A few will say, yo, Danny, power to you, man. And the majority, because it's not Paris. If it's Paris, oh, blah, 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 then they're like all crazy and celebrating and everything. Give me fucking props, yo. When that happens, give me props. That's it. Paris is gonna do a video. Hey, Danny. Sorry, you were right. I apologize.
Never happened. That's never happened. You might as well change my name to David Jaffe. I will do a Bikram yoga stretch to never apologize to you. I will make every excuse in the book before I apologize.
Wow. That's messed up. That's messed up. What
Let me
about
say
what
this
about? Yeah, go ahead.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead and say it. You're gonna
No,
say
no,
the
go
same
ahead.
thing.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. It's your
He was
show.
gonna say about Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah. What do we think about the trailer?
Here's my thing, and me and my son were talking about this last night. I'm gonna go see it. I will be there day one. Let's not get that twisted. I'm not expecting it to be good. I'm talking the movie beyond the trailer. They'll just trailer because you know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be another nostalgia fest. And I say if you go back and watch Spider-Man: No Way Home. Remember when Spider-Man: No Way Home came out? Oh, we're all excited. Oh, Tobey and Andrew. Oh, everybody came back. Oh, it was great. If you go back and watch it now, it's actually not a good movie. It's not beyond the nostalgia of bringing them back and bringing back the old villains. They're about to do the same thing again. We're gonna be very excited to see the Fox X-Men doing in the X-Men suits and doing all the cool X-Men stuff. Robert Downey Jr. coming back, Doctor Doom. You can be all excited to see that. But here's the thing, and I'll put this question to you, Danny, because I'm curious what you think. Because this is what we're talking about. Name me the character that they've made you excited to see since Endgame. Who's the new character they've introduced since Endgame that you were excited to see?
Damn. Like villain or
Doesn't matter. Villain, hero, doesn't matter.
I mean, Kang was like people were like, "Yo, it's gonna be
Well, Jonathan
it was-
Majors, F
I think that's
that one
that
up. Yeah.
Bro, I can't even think of it. I can't think
The
of
closest I can give you, Shang-Chi.
That was actually a pretty good movie though.
And if you think about it, by the
was a
time
good
you
movie.
see him again, it'll been 5 years. Think about it. That movie was 2021, I believe, right?
It was still pandemic time.
And
yeah.
so it'll be just a little over 5 years since you last saw Shang-Chi in anything, post-credit, anything. And to me, he's the only new character in the movies they've introduced that I'm like, I can't wait to see what he does next.
I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about Doomsday because how in the world they're gonna look like I know there's been different movies coming out throughout the years after Endgame. Why get excited about Doomsday? They changed the story about Kang now, like it's gonna be Doom now, right? So like how are they gonna explain everything that's been happening for like the past couple years since after Endgame with all the characters, everything in 2 hours or the most 3 hours. How are they gonna do that?
And this is my problem with it, because you go back to everything that led up to Infinity War and Endgame. You knew these characters. You like when Cap says Avengers assemble, or obviously Sam goes on your left. It mattered. Or like when Tony sees Peter again in Endgame and he hugs him. That mattered, because the first time, you go back to Homecoming, and Peter thought they were about to hug. He was like, "We're not there yet." So then when they hug, it's like, "Oh, they're there," because Tony genuinely saw him like a son. Like, you're not gonna have those moments leading up to this, or obviously at the very end where Cap gets his happy ending with Peggy. That goes all the way back to Cap in the first Avenger. He promised that last dance, the whole thing, and they get that dance, right? He finally got his happy ending. You had years and years and years to build up to that. Actually, I'll take one thing back about everything post Endgame. There was one movie, but it related to the previous everything that happened before, that got me. Was Volume 3, Guardians Volume 3, because that brought real emotion out of me, because you knew those characters. They were a family, and it was a family that was breaking up, and it was breaking. It's everything that happened in that movie. And you were happy for them and you were sad at the same time, because you grew to love those characters and went on all these adventures with them and the whole thing. That was the only one post Endgame for me that did anything. But really, that was a movie that should have probably happened like right after Endgame, But obviously the stuff with James Gunn and screwed it all up. But they've not introduced a new character that I'm excited about. Think about this. Monica Rambeau is in the X-Men universe, and I guarantee you nobody's like, "Oh man, how are they going to rescue her? How are we going to get Monica Rambeau? What is Captain Marvel going to do?" You don't care. All you want to do is, all right, just show me the X-Men and let's just get that going. Look, I hate to say it, because I was super excited for it and I thought there was a lot of potential here. Fantastic Four was a letdown. It just was.
It was a letdown.
It was a letdown. This is what I'm saying. They've not built that previous excitement they had for stuff. Like, bro, think about that run they were on at one point with Winter Soldier, Ultron, Civil War, like Guardians Volume 1. Like, they were Thor Ragnarok. They were just clicking them out. Like, must see. You got to go see what's going to happen next. They're not there anymore.
I think the most exciting open end credit scene to me was the Marvels at the end. That was like the best moment. I was like, "Yo, what?" After that, I didn't like. That post. Let me tell you, that post credit scene, Fantastic Four, total waste of time. I didn't like it. Did you like that one, Paris? Did they got you hype about Doomsday?
Which one? Of what? Thunderbolts?
No, of Fantastic Four.
Oh, where Franklin's touching Doom's face?
Yeah, total waste of time.
This is my reaction. Really? That was it?
That was it. Now, what about Thunderbolts?
Again, okay, we see the ship. Hooray. What does that even mean? Or let's go to Captain America Brave New World, where that movie, I would love for a book to come out, because that is just Frankenstein's monster. It is just so pieced together and all over the place. But the last thing with the leader on the raft, the others are coming. What does that mean? Because it is generic enough that you can insert anything into that.
Yeah, it could be anything. Yeah. Doctor Strange post credit scene, total waste of time.
I don't even remember it. What was it?
Remember who was it? Somebody came and took him to another.
Oh yeah. He went off with what's her face? Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
I mean, that potentially could have some ramifications to Doomsday, but the point is, you're not showing us anything until we're in Doomsday. Doomsday honestly should probably be a 3-hour movie. It has to do so much character development and heavy lifting. Because think about it. Thanos, even though the joke was he just sat in the chair and did nothing, you knew when you saw Thanos in Infinity War what his motivations were, what everything that was going on. They had set that character up for you. I have no effing idea what Doctor Doom's motivations are.
That's
Zero.
true.
So you got to tell me all of that in Doomsday. You got to set up this character. We got to see him. We got to understand it. Where you come, all of it. The relationship to Iron Man. I'm telling you, that's another thing I don't like either. I just don't.
What?
Because it doesn't matter either way. He's either an Iron Man variant or Iron Man is a variant of Doctor Doom. Either way, I don't like it. Either way.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And we're gonna wrap it up soon. But do you think Marvel releasing TV shows, TV series,
Yes, it hurt him.
was a mistake?
It was too many. I like that there's TV, like Daredevil. I think there should be a quote unquote television universe that slightly overlaps with the movies and vice versa. But they were taking movie characters like Falcon and Winter Soldier, where you had to watch that to understand. Like, what they learned was you can't expect the television audience or the movie audience to watch the television shows. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, right? Because again, it's on the streaming service, you got to pay for it and all that. And they integrated too much. That's why I don't think you see She-Hulk or like I know they put Miss Marvel in the Marvels, but I don't think you see a lot of the TV characters. Like Daredevil's not going to be in Doomsday or anything like that, right? Maybe Spider-Man, obviously the Punisher stuff, but you can't set up movie beats in the TV shows because like even Loki, like I know Loki's going to be in it, but how many people that go watch Doomsday watch Loki and understand Loki's role in it and the TVA and all that stuff? So I think they got lessons learned out of that. Whereas like, I want the Daredevil street level stuff. Like I think what they're doing with season 2 and season 3 and beyond, and that whole thing they're setting up, those cats live there. And yes, they're in the MCU, but they're not intricate to what's happening in the movie stuff, And I think that's what they got to do moving forward.
Yeah, it reminds me of like when they introduced Kang was through the Loki TV series.
Right.
A lot of people were doubting that. Like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, remember I was like, there's no way they're doing it. They can't do that. And then they did it. I was shocked.
Yeah. But I think we're not gonna see that ever again.
Mm-mm.
That's not gonna happen at all.
No.
Yeah.
And they were doing too many shows too. It was too much. I think you do more with less when it comes to that. That's why like Iger's already said they're going to scale back the movies, all that, because the anticipation builds up for when it comes. And then obviously you can invest more into those projects from a budget standpoint, make them higher quality and all that too. So I'd rather have that.
I'm curious because I know Loki's going to be in Doomsday, but the way how Loki ended, how's that going to connect with?
But see, here's the thing.
Doomsday.
They're going to have to explain how Loki is literally holding the entire multiverse together in Doomsday and why that matters. You're going to have to essentially re-explain Loki season 2 in Doomsday so that people can catch up and understand it. You're going to do a lot of exposition on that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Whereas the old MCU, the way they did it, they didn't have to waste time with that. Like I said, when you saw Thanos on screen, you already knew. When you saw Tony and the Avengers, we broke up. You knew why they broke up. You knew everything that happened in Civil War. You didn't have to tell me none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Now they got to start telling that stuff.
Yeah, like thinking about it, every time Thanos will pop up in the post-credit scene, we're like, "Yo, it's getting closer. Oh man, it's getting."
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, oh okay, like it wasn't. There's no connection. There's no hype. There's no. Maybe once in a while you see something, you be like, "Oh, I honestly, the Marvels." I think that was like the dopest moment because that was like a sneak peek of X-Men coming to the MCU. That's the part I'm like, "Oh, that's it." But besides that, there's like no hype at all with the post-credit scene. What's up?
Yeah. No. I was just gonna say to what you're saying because I even think about like the Collector. And like when Thanos goes to nowhere with the Collector, you knew from Thor: The Dark World and Volume 1 that the Collector had one of the Infinity Stones and he was trying to get a second one, the Power Stone. So Thanos going there, you already knew that. You didn't need them to re-explain how all that went down or whatever because you told that in stuff that you knew people were seeing in the movies. And that's just got to get back to doing that.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up because it was already 9.
I know it's football time now.
I know, man. Yo, Paris, thanks for the conversation, man. It was dope. It was dope.
Yeah. Hey, look, the pre-show started off all angry.
I know. See how we started angry, then ended in a happy
Yeah.
note. You know, it's
Yeah.
all good. But thanks everyone for watching, man, and listening, all that stuff, man. So, but we'll be back once again in the future. Got some stuff coming up. Thanksgiving is that next? Is that next
2
week?
weeks. 2 weeks.
Okay, sorry, my time is off. All right, everyone. Until next time, we're out.
Peace.
Later.